in Darkseeker, that's why Odd Warrior players are evil people, and I do not like Odd Warrior players. I've said it multiple times on stream. Odd Warriors are people that do not like themselves, and since they do not like themselves, and they're very, very sad and upset, they go on ladder in Odd Warrior, and because they want to make everybody as miserable as they are. The end.
So, nice to hear from Tripz again. We've heard from him in the past about his dislike for birds. We've heard from him regarding pirates having families. And now we're hearing from him regarding his dislike for Odd Warrior players. What brought this on? Well, I was telling Tripz about a game against an Odd Warrior, and the Odd Warrior would play a couple of cards and then rope. And do that every single turn. And 20 minutes later, I just got fed up and conceded, and I was telling Tripz about it. It must have brought back some bad memories of facing Odd Warriors in never-ending games. So yeah, I feel your pain, Tripz. I really, really do. What am I playing today? I'm not playing a Odd Warrior deck. I'm playing an Odd Mage deck, courtesy of a player called RenoJackson. Yes, that's the player RenoJackson, not the card. And I featured some of his decks in the past, and RenoJackson is certainly a very creative, a very innovative wild mode player. And this deck right here, can I just say, is absolutely beautiful. It wrecks the hopes and dreams of aggro players because Flamewaker and a load of one-cost spells are just tremendously good at dealing with aggressive boards. You can also do pretty well against slower decks. Polymorph Boar can really hurt Big Priest, and on top of that you have cards like Conjurer's Calling, one of my favourite cards in the game. You've seen me play it with Khadgar previously, but Conjurer's Calling on Devilsaur Egg or on Corridor Creeper is just tremendous. So let's have a look at this deck in action on the Wild Mode ladder. I only played 3 games with it, and my first game, unfortunately, was against a Big Priest. Have you ever stared at the golden animation for Shadowed Horror? It's absolutely mesmerising. And there's a Murloc trying to escape the vortex. That's so cool. And speaking of cool, 10 mana, a Flamewaker, and a load of spells. But there are some pretty big minions on that board that need clearing. And normally a turn like this would just be game winning, but when you're going up against Malagos and Y'Shaarj, it's a little bit more complicated. And it turns out that I can't easily kill both of them, and so I'll have to make a choice. I suppose killing Malagos is the priority because his AoE becomes more powerful. If he's got Mind Blasts in hand, that's bad for me. So yeah, the priority is to kill the Malagos. And we get Y'Shaarj down to 1 health, so we did a reasonably good job there. But the boar that I gave him at the start of the game actually comes back to haunt me because it has charge and it contributes to me dying. That is so sad. Okay, my first game with this deck against a Big Priest didn't turn out so well, but our second game is against a Paladin. And indeed, it is an odd Paladin, and I really like my chances here. So already, at the start of this game, we have so many tools in our hand to deal with the dudes that he generates. Twilight Flamecaller, When's the last time you saw that card played competitively on the Wild Mode ladder? I think at one point RenoMage was playing that card. So he may think that I'm a RenoMage. Although that would be impossible since I only play odd cards, but...
Can I light your fire?
So there we go. That's our first clear of most of the board.
Reporting for duty.
And he's thinking. Yeah, he's thinking about trading. He actually did it. But now we just clear the board. The question is, how do we want to do it? I think Cinderstorm is better. Greater chance of clearing the board fully. I mean, I could have Arcane Missiles and pinged, but this was fine. Oh, okay. A bit of I see you action there from Lothar. So he's trying to slow me down. But we've got a black cat with increased spell damage and a corridor creeper on the board. The question is, which one will he kill?
Reporting for duty.
And the answer is neither. He's ignored both of them. And that's a big mistake. Because now my spells do more damage. And I've got some tremendous value on Conjurer's Calling. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take a 6/6. That's absolutely fine by me. And so, it's just Patches that's left. All the dudes are dead, and it's Patches standing alone. And, yeah, we've got another Corridor Creeper on the board, and we have Conjurer's Calling in hand. And Mushroom Power is certainly not going to be enough to save him here. Obsidian Destroyer. I'll take that. That is going to give me a taunt at the end of my turn. I'll absolutely take that. And now, honestly, I don't think it matters what I do. Could have pushed 6 to the face there, but decided to trade, just to be safe. But again, I could just click blindly here, and I'd still win this game. How does he beat this board? Yeah, silencing my 7/7. That's not going to save you. But thankfully he hasn't conceded. So we at least get to pull off the Flamewaker turn here.
Can I light your fire?
Okay, there's the concede, finally. But we got to play our Flamewaker, so we're happy. Okay, so second game went well. Third game with this deck against a Warlock.
Let the games begin.
So I don't know what kind of a Warlock it is, so keeping the Fire Eater seems fine.
None will
But we've got Babbling Book. which is a good start to the game for us.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Not sure about double Devilsaur Egg being available to us here. I'd want the Conjurer's Calling to pop the egg. Oh, ask and you shall receive.
Spells are fun. So fun.
That's pretty good. I guess the egg does help to play around Defile. They may be more reluctant to play Defile if they see an egg on the board. So my opponent has 2 mana.
Possibilities.
He can either tap or play something. Can't be that hard of a decision to make. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Hey, he chose to tap. Well done, sir. Well done. Kept us in suspense for a moment there.
So fun.
And now he'll have seen the Devilsaur Egg. And he'll be thinking, what the hell is my opponent playing? A mage playing a Devilsaur Egg. Okay, let's see what value we can get here. And that's terrible. A 3-cost 2/1 and a 3-cost 3/1, both of which are vulnerable to Defile, Mortal Coil. That's really bad. And this, sadly, is Darkest Hour Warlock. Yeah. Almost as annoying to play against as Big Priest. So I guess the way we win this game is to pressure him as much as we can early. We can play Conjurer's Calling again on the Corridor Creeper. And maybe that'll be enough to win us this game.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Ziliax will end up healing him here for 6, which is pretty good. But we're still going to have a substantial board in play. And Malorne is an amazing card, an amazing presence on the board here. I'll take that. And I want to play the egg just as an insurance policy against AoE or anything crazy that he may do here. Okay, there's the Defile, which sadly can't even kill Malorne. Okay, and there's the concede. Feels pretty good, beating a Darkest Hour Warlock there. Okay, so RenoJackson's Odd Mage. Tremendously fun deck to play, so thank you to RenoJackson for the deck. And also, by the way, thank you to Beardy Man for notifying me about this deck and telling me that it existed on Twitter, because if he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. So thank you to Beardy Man. This deck is wonderful against aggro, as you saw against the Paladin, against slower control decks, against Big Priests, against Q-Blocks. Yeah, you've got Polymorph Ball for big threats, so that's pretty decent, I guess. Although those games are a little bit harder to navigate, as you saw against the Big Priest. I didn't get an opportunity to play Jan'alai the Dragonhawk in any of the 3 games. So it would have been cool to have seen Ragnaros down on the board. Also, is there a place for Frostlich Jaina in this deck? She costs 9, she would fit. I guess if you've used up your Flame Wakers and all of your cheap spells, you're running low on resources, getting Jaina down in the late game and generating water elementals, or let's say on every turn, and getting that healing, would that give you a last minute push to try and win the game? So that is a question that I think I need to ask of RenoJackson. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and give me a little subscribe. I would be eternally grateful. We are getting close now to 2,000 subscribers, so that's going to be a massive milestone for me. And when we hit 2,000, no doubt I will do another giveaway or two as a thank you to everyone. But yes, your support means a lot to me. The kind feedback and comments does mean a lot to me. It makes it all worthwhile, because ultimately I'm just a wild mode player primarily, who's out there having fun, playing decks that I enjoy, and just sharing those decks with all of you in the wild mode community. It does mean a lot to have your support. So, do take care, and I will see you all again very soon for more wild mode fun.